7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm
like, well, holy shit, that was crazy.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show, presented by TLR Coatings. Round 11 in the books. We are immediate post-race, so if we get some shit wrong, we are sorry, but we are trying.
Sorry, not sorry.
Basically, the issue is somebody is leaving tomorrow on a work trip. So next week for the finale, I'll be flying solo, which is pretty easy because it's going to be like Tomac wins the title or Tomac doesn't win the title. And that's pretty much it. So, anyway, yeah, so before we jump into it here, make sure to like, subscribe, comment to the show here on YouTube. You can also follow us on Facebook. We have lots of different content that comes out there. If you're more of a listener than a watcher, iTunes and Soundcloud you can find to get the podcast, which is real helpful. And then, like I said, we'll be doing some different stuff here as we go through the off-season. I don't know if any of it will be ready when we go to the off-season races, but maybe, possibly, not really sure. Not 100%.
We're going to try.
Also, if you want to support the show, there's multiple ways you can do it. I'll put links in the description down below. There's Patreon, there's Amazon links. You can go on and buy something on Amazon. If you just click through the links, that helps us out. There is Teespring links down below, which you can go on there and buy t-shirts. That supports us. Yeah. Should I rant first, or do we want to talk about something else?
Well, I thought you were going to rant, and then we are going to talk some FX Nation since I wasn't here last week.
Okay, yeah, we're going to... Okay, so the Budds Creek track was basically the Budds Creek track. If you haven't seen it, just go back to anywhere, like, a good race would be Des Nations 2007.
Ryan Villapoto.
To watch.
Just annihilated everybody.
If that's what if you want to know what the track's like. So that's pretty much it. It's been the same since then, and I've had several people ask me, is it going to be on the schedule next year? No one knows. It's been off the schedule for the last 12 years, and we're still there.
Everybody loves the track, so I don't see it going anywhere.
Yes. How should I start my rant?
I don't know. How long is it going to be?
Dude, long. Not as long as earlier when I was a little buzzed up. But
oh, yeah, you were drunk earlier?
Yeah, but...
Well, go into it, man. Go into it.
All right, so long and short of it is basically I applied for a media credential for AMA for the final round in Ironman, okay? He's not going to be here next week. I thought, oh, it'd be cool if I could go down. I'll get a little behind-the-scenes footage. I can find somebody down there to do the show with me. We'll do it right in the pits. Like, that would be cool, right? However, the AMA, not really the AMA, MX Sports has denied my application for a media credential again, citing that they only give it out to, I don't remember what the email said. I was pissed. I deleted it already. But legitimate publications, we'll call it.
Special people.
Yeah. So, long and short of it, if I worked at a local news or radio station or a newspaper or something like that, basically, if this show was on public broadcast television, where 4 people, all over the age of 60, who knew nothing about motorcycles and would never go to a race, watched it, they would give me a media pass. However, because we are on YouTube and have a podcast, and we have, we'll call it low end, 1,000 people a week watch us, who are all interested in the sport, we'll go to the races and spend money. No, we're not giving that guy a media pass. It's the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. This is literally the kind of dumb shit that is holding companies back.
Yep, especially motocross related.
Yep, motocross and supercross.
Yeah, same thing happened.
I love the sport, but the way these guys go about it, the same thing goes with the video thing. Oh, you can't video anything. Watch baseball. Baseball is going to start losing fan base here more and more because if you cannot go on YouTube and find baseball stuff.
No.
The MLB censors all of it.
It's like copyright stuff with music.
You have to go to their own stuff. But at least with music, they have transitioned into the YouTube scene, and they have that Vivo or whatever, so you can get the official music videos with all the lyrics and everything. So that's cool. That's fine. But the rest of these companies, it's like, and our sport's so small, like, you should want all the coverage you can get.
Well, think back to the Foxborough this year. A perfect example is Feld Sport did the same thing. but those news reporters that came from local and the NFL because Gronk was there.
Yeah.
But yet, I guarantee they called there because they want to know, hey, where's Gronk going to be? When can we talk to him?
Yeah.
And Dave Prater and Todd Gendro knew that they were never going to ask anything motocross related.
Nothing.
But they're like, oh, hey, NFL, local New England people for the Patriots? Yeah, you guys can come along.
Absolutely.
And remember they said that and Mathis had even talked about that because JT was in there and, for the first time in the press conference. And they said they didn't ask one question to anybody that had anything to do with riding the dirt bike that day.
That's the thing that sucks. Okay, so even if we're same numbers as a local media outlet source, okay? So say they have 1,000 people a week that read their fucking newspaper, listen to their radio station, fucking watch their show, their news show or their local show on PBS, whatever. Dude, our ROI to them is going to be way bigger than those people.
Yep.
Way bigger. Because the people who are coming to watch our show or listen to our podcast are all actually going to go to the race more than likely.
Yep.
So hey, that's awesome. Don't worry. I'm going to keep applying for them. I will continue. Don't worry. I'm trying to get a hard card for Supercross next year. I really am. So as soon as this season's over and we get the schedule out, I'm applying for my hard card. If they deny me, I'll apply again. Yeah, because no bum F Egypt frickin' news station in Crawfordsville that gets maybe 100 viewers in the morning that they're going to send. Crawfordsville only has 100 people live there. They're going to send it there, and that person's not even going to know what a motocross track looks like. Yep. And they're going to go there, and they're going to ask the question. They go, hey, was that jump hard to hit? Next question. Yeah, so Brandon, whatever your name is, who I've been emailing, who works at MX Sports, if you see this, just want to thank you for denying my claim. Don't worry, I will continue to email you until I get a pass. And yeah, dude, sweet, awesome, cool, man. I can't wait to go back and forth with you emailing because one day I'm going to be a little buzzed up and you're going to get an email that's going to say this, but in email form and probably not as nice. Yeah. So. Trying to keep the small man down. Stupidest thing. I know, dude. Stupidest thing. I know, but we've had these conversations. We even had these conversations last year. Yeah. I mean, it's just they don't like it. The more years we go, though, the more pissed I get. So we're 2 years in. So I'm so. You're gonna be like Mathis in about 10 years. Wait till we're 5 years in, and they're not giving me one. I'm gonna lose my fucking mind. At that point, I'm buying tickets to every single race for me and a video guy, and we're gonna have 2 cameras, and we're gonna video all of it, and I'm gonna tell you all to suck a dick. Because we're videoing the whole damn race, start to finish, and putting it online. Yep. Because you won't give me a pass. Putting it on every media possible, anything. We'll put some videos on Twitter, some Instagram, some Snapchat. What's that? Dude, what's that other video? Play 1, 2, 3 Demand or what? There's a bunch of different ones where you can go. It'll be all over the place. Just every place and just copyright, including my own website. We'll put it because you can't take it off. We'll put it on Facebook. We'll even find out if MySpace can do it. Yeah, we're going back to MySpace. We're going back to MySpace with my top 8 list. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, we're gonna put every top 100 song in the video just to screw with people. Okay, so we're getting low on battery here for the opening sequence. Before we jump out of here, though, and jump into 450s, thoughts on the Puerto Rican Des Nations team? Well, we had this conversation during, I think it was the first 250 moto and stuff. Like. It's not going to be this shit show. Like, I understand it, and I told you what I love is the fact that they're doing for a great cause, the charity. I really love it. Yeah. Apparently they've already made 15 grand. I heard they had 20 the first day. Well, that might be too. I know that maybe the 15 grand was in the past week. Maybe. But, so they've already, and they're already getting... bought anything yet. And they're already getting talked about more than Team USA, so they're already going beyond what they tried to do. If you'd like to support them, ronsontop.com. Yep. Just go support it because it's for a great cause, guys. Yeah, I'm going to buy some stuff for it. Yep. Team Puerto Rico. But, I mean, they're going there. Everybody thinks it's going to be a sideshow, and I guess you could call it that. Because let's be real, though. The whole Ronnie Mac thing, it's not going to be Ronnie Mac. It's going to be Jimmy. He's going to be there. He may have a Mac number or his name on the back of the jersey, but it's not going to be the whole Ronnie Mac thing. He's not going to run the half helmet. He's not going to have an IE ass sticker on his swing arm. That wouldn't surprise me. Luengo is not going to let him get away with that. And I'm going to tell you this. Pastrana's going to have more people in his pit, spectator-wise, than Eli Tomac, Barcia, and Plessinger combined. Pastrana will bring more people to that race than any other. Oh, yeah. There will be people that haven't been to a motocross race since probably Travis retired that will go to Redbud just to watch Travis ride. Yep. And it may be for 2 laps, and he might do a fist pump over the finish, and that's going to be the end of it. But, I mean... I like it. I know that everybody's all upset, and I get it. The prestige of having the Motocross of Nations, to me, because it's still the biggest race out there, Supercross, Motocross, GB combined. It's our Olympics of motocross. But they're going out there. They're doing it for a good cause. Everybody needs to just calm down a little bit, because when...
Okay, we all know Travis is probably, I mean, we say this about Aaron Plessinger, he's probably the closest person we've seen that has that no-give-a-shit attitude.
Yep.
But when have you ever known Travis Pastrana, anything that he's ever done in his life, when it comes to, hey, I want to do better than somebody, that he's not taking it seriously?
Nope.
Travis may be the most fun-loving dude ever when it comes to an action sports athlete, but he takes shit seriously when he goes to it. He doesn't go, hey, now he's joking around, he's like, hey, I'm going to drink beer, this and that. But he's going to drink beer after his weekend's over with. I'm going to tell you what, Travis, maybe he only has a lap in him, maybe 2 laps, because like I said, the dude has his ankles fused, his back screwed up, no knee, but he's not going to go there and be a harm to everybody else on the track. It's not going to happen. And Jimmy Albertson, we've seen Jimmy. Jimmy can still ride. He still does stuff for Racer X. And Ryan Stipes, today, the first moto, got 20th in the first 250 moto. So, do I think they're going to make the A-main? It's a tall task because other than Ryan Sipes, Jimmy and Travis will both be on outdated 252 strokes. We don't know what this start's going to look like. We don't know if it's going to be, you know, it's going to be a 450 thing with as deep as they rip it. But would it surprise me if they got into A-main? No, because all you need is 2 good finishes on Saturday. And I'm telling you what, if they have right outside of getting in and they have good finishes on Saturday, but they have to go to the B final on Sunday, I'm more confident that Travis, Jimmy, and Ryan can race their way into the A final than put in, you know, good qualifying times during Saturday. So I'm gonna, I don't know. I know that everybody's kind of pissed off, but I'm not gonna lie. Travis was one of my favorite guys growing up. I'm gonna love seeing him on a dirt bike track.
I never saw him race. I wasn't that into it. Like, I watched him on TV, but I never saw him in person. So.
I'll put it this way. If he goes out there and he's in shape and he just says, screw it, I'm going to put in 1 lap heater, it wouldn't surprise me if he's not far off of some of the GP guys. Some of the, like, top 10 GP guys. Now, is it going to be in top 10 qualifying? No. But if, like, the average lap is, like, a 2:08 and Travis runs a 2:16, it wouldn't surprise me.
Nope.
Dude, I'm going to love seeing Travis ride. Like, it's freaking awesome. So, they're doing it for a good cause, and I think it's just they've already exceeded their expectations.
Over-under on how many backflips he does that weekend.
Oh, dude. Well, if he does 1, they're going to black flag him, and he's going to be off, and he's going to be done. They won't let him get away with doing a backflip. It's not going to happen. I mean, remember what happened to Daytona when he did a backflip? He got black flagged.
Yeah, that's true. It's funny.
What I think will happen is that I think that if he's in the B final and they know that they have no shot of making it in, he'll backflip the finish on the last lap.
Yeah.
He will do it. He will do a backflip at some point in the weekend. So, yeah, I mean, but to all the people that are really worried about the Ronnie Mac thing, let's be real, that's not going to happen. And like I told you, I heard rumors that Mike Brown might even sub in for him, and the Ronnie Mac thing was just to get publicity. And if Mike Brown's racing, well, then they really have a shot to make the A-main.
Yeah.
So, I think it's cool. I really do. It's going to bring a lot of people in, and like you said, and I hadn't even thought about it until you just said it, it's going to bring a lot of people in that didn't plan to go to this race.
You know who we need? Pastrana, Mike Brown, John Gruey.
The old man's group?
The old man's group.
Because Pastrana's like 37, I think.
Yeah, and Gruey would probably spank most of those guys.
Oh, dude, like the guys from like Slovakia and Greece, he'd beat them, and Brown would definitely beat them.
Dude, John Gruey goes out there, runs a pace with fucking
Tomac
and Hurlings for like the first 3 laps, and then paces them until they start to taper off like 1/10 of a second, and then just boom, gone. See you later.
Did you hear though, before the last thing on this, did you hear though that RV and K-Dub had actually got asked?
Yeah, I heard they asked RV. And
I was surprised that they asked K-Dub though. I mean, dude, he's pushing about 225, 230 right now. He's like, dude,
off there, but
he's got a whole beer belly going thing, which he's earned it. But I was a little surprised. I'm like, okay, I can understand the RV thing, and maybe like Ivan Tedesco, which actually fit because IT is not actually, you know, his ethnicity isn't from this country. But the K-Dub thing kind of surprised me a little bit. I'm like,
yeah, K-Dub is a little weird.
I don't know about that. I don't think he's
should ask Ricky.
Fat Ricky?
Ricky can still throw down.
Oh, dude, Ricky would still run top 10 for about 5 laps.
Oh, yeah.
I don't give a shit what anybody says. He may be 275 right now. He can still
run top 10.
He can still go top 10.
That fucker blitzes whoops like nobody's business.
Dude, he will lead Hurlings and Tomac for a lap.
Yep, and then he's going to pull off and be like, beer me?
Beer me, taco, let's go.
That was fun, guys. We'll see y'all in 10 years.
See ya, I'm done. But, all right.
Let's start talking about buds. Buds. I like big butts and I cannot lie. You other brothers can't deny.
Okay, that was...
All right, yep, let's just get to it. Okay, so jumping in here, 450s. Now remember, this is immediate post-race. Like, literally the race ended 15 minutes ago. So we don't have all the information like we do sometimes when we do these on Sunday.
Yep.
We haven't seen press conferences, penalty. 2 years in, shit ain't changed, man. Just start the camera, I'll yawn, guaranteed.
Yeah.
Don't worry, folks. Never leaving.
Never gonna change.
So we don't know any of that information. So, with that being said, Eli Tomac. Let's start there.
With the second moto, because the first moto,
was just shit.
Yeah, he got waxed.
Just shit. That was it.
Well,
that was a Ryan Dungey maintaining our championship form.
And that shows, though, that as good as Eli has been, though, that he still has human moments. And we call it human because, like, let's be real, him and Erlings right now sometimes look like they're from a different planet.
A la the second moto.
Yeah, so, like, he looked like he's human. So he still has moments where he's just, there's guys that are better than him. But that second moto, he did what he normally did. But what was surprising, though, is, and I kept saying that during the second moto, and, you know, we were kind of in and out because we were, you know, running around. His lap time, his fastest lap time was still only third fastest.
Yep.
Because Baggett put in a heater, I think, that second to last lap, and Baggett actually had the fastest lap time, I think. And then it went Kenny, and it was by a second. It was by over a second over Eli's. Like, Eli was like, no. Actually, I think Marv even. So Eli was like fourth fastest. So that was the weird thing about it, is because usually when we see Eli do this, Eli's fastest lap time usually is a second and a half, 2 seconds better, a la Washougal, where I think he was like 2 seconds better on his fastest lap, and the same thing with Millville. But I think it was just one of those things where, and I guess I don't want to stray away from talking from Eli, but we can add Kenny in that situation, that Kenny wasn't as good as he was the first moto. His sickness, and dude, he just dropped anchor.
Yep.
Because at the end of the first moto, Kenny was still running 208s 30 minutes in, and he looked better the first moto, so it's like, I know that looked like Eli was doing great, and, you know, Baggett put on a charge at the end of moto, a la Chupacabra, but was it that Eli was better than everybody else that second moto, or was it just that Kenny was fading, and whatever the hell was going on with Marv? Like, Marv, you know, he crashed early in the week, but, I mean, he didn't look like he was laboring with an injury. So it's like, I don't want to take anything away from Eli because he rode great like he always does, but I'm here to tell you, I think Kenny looked better the first moto than Eli did that second moto. I just think it was because Eli was so far back, and Kenny just hit the wall completely, that maybe it looked like Eli was on beast mode, but he still only was a second off in those sector times than his fastest lap. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's just me, but, like, it didn't look like the Eli from the last two rounds, or from Millville and Washougal.
No, but he was a lot better the second half.
He was. Oh, he was. He was.
He was impressively fast again. You know.
Well, I think he was also closer to him.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, and it's weird because we'll never really know, like, did Marv drop anchor and that's why he was 5 seconds that lap faster, or was Eli just 5 seconds a lap faster?
The Marv thing, I don't think we'll ever know, but I think that I can definitively say that Kenny, he was not better that second moto. No. He was good for about 5 laps, and then he started dropping anchor. So it makes me wonder what would have happened had we seen Kenny and Eli link up that second moto, and Kenny had the whole 235s in him. Because I'm here to tell you, I think that Kenny gets his first 1-1 because he looked better that first moto.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it was just one of those things that Eli was riding great, but it's just because that the two guys in front of him had hit the wall at that point.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't know. It's not taking anything away from Eli. He's 20 points up now.
I say, got it done. Added 5 points to his lead here, so he's pretty cushy going into Ironman here.
He'll wrap it up the first moto.
So that was good. And then again, transitioning to Kenny. Kenny wins the first moto, gets third the second moto.
2016?
It was impressive.
It was close.
It was impressive
because that one lap,
sick dude on a 95-degree day.
And that one lap, he went from being only 2 seconds ahead of Marv to 7 seconds.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's like, oh shit. Like, so I mean, we're seeing little glimpses of him. So it makes me wonder. Like, we're going into, and I told you this statistically, Kenny's best track he's had since he went to the 450s.
Yep.
You know, he's won Ironman like 5 out of 6 motos that he's ever raced there, either 4 out of 6 or 5 out of 6. And he's had 2 1-1 performances. So, I mean, if Kenny's 100%, maybe he gets his first 1-1 just straight up. And like you said, that first moto, the great thing was it wasn't like Red Bud where Eli's bike won.
No.
Kenny just won it.
He just won it.
And he just straight gapped. Like, it was 13 seconds at the end of that first moto with Marv. So, I don't know, guys. I mean, maybe we're looking good for 2019. And because I'm going to be honest with you, there was a few times this season where I'm like, oh boy, Kenny's not
going to be the same again.
Not going to be the same again. And so, I don't know. And how about Anderson that first moto? Obviously, it looks like he did not have enough in it the second moto because he didn't start, but fourth the first moto after
getting into it with Baggett. Coming to a stop on the track, Baggett running into him just looking at him.
Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Why are you on me?
Why are you on me right now, bro?
Here.
Completely brake checked the shit out of him.
Yep. So the good old Anderson's back, buddy.
But that first moto, though, I'm not gonna lie, I was impressed.
I was,
fourth,
yeah, for coming out after being off all summer.
And Barcia, though. Dude, I'm
toughish day.
I'm not.
Man, it's okay. It's toughish.
Well, that's what I'm getting at is like I know that he did really well at Redbud this year, but his last Millville? His last 4 rounds have not. I don't know, dude. I know that he gets up for that event. We're not going to get too far into that because we're going to talk about that with a preview. But if I'm on the outside looking in right now, I'm.
I'm okay. I'm still okay.
I think I'm okay.
I'm not freaking out yet.
I'm not freaking out, and I'm okay with it because, like I said, he really gets up for that event. But what I'll say is that the way he's ridden the last 4 rounds, there's going to be quite a few guys that are going to be faster than him if he rides like this. Come at Max Updation.
That's fine because we've got AP is the fastest dude on the 250s.
Well, yeah, when him and Frenchie link up, I think that AP's faster. But yeah,
so we've got that covered.
And then the
Eli Hurlings, which is basically kind of a toss up. Throw it in a hat for the 2 of them because we don't want to argue about it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So realistically, we just need him to get good, solid finishes.
Which maybe with a mesh gate, maybe he'll just get good starts.
Yeah,
so, you know.
and be okay. So,
but that's another thing we need to look at, though. People just keep paying attention to that because if he goes and shits the bed next weekend and stuff, then we're gonna really have to think: is there an issue going on with him going into the event?
Yeah.
But
I mean, you got Kyle Cunningham and Dylan Merriam, 9th and 10th overall for the day. So
that's great
good on them.
Yep, 2 privateers.
Yep, real good on them.
Yep. Somebody give Dylan Merriam a ride for next year because he needs it. He deserves it.
I'm trying to think of what else. Your boy Pike put it in the fence in practice.
Yeah, and actually, this is his last race. He's not racing Ironman next week.
I know.
Oh, we can talk about this. You want to say it? You want me? Chad Reed, guys. Chad Reed.
The Deuce here.
I don't know if you guys have heard. Chad Reed's been testing for JGR for possibly next year's Supercross. But it sounds like we're going to have the return of the old 2-2 to outdoor racing next weekend.
For Ironman. Sounds like it, yeah.
Predictions? I know that we already talked about this already.
You know...
He looks fitter, though.
Yeah, I've heard he is.
He looks like he dropped some of the...
That's what Truman said on the Thursday show for Pulp there, that he is a lot fitter than he was.
Yeah, it looks like he lost some weight.
Truman thinks he's like an 8 to 10 guy.
I don't know.
And I'm like...
Well...
I mean,
if Weston and Hill...
Pike's out, Hill's out. I mean, does he beat Dylan Merriam and Kyle Cunningham?
You got to think
on the load.
Cunningham, I don't think so. Merriam, you got to think, like I told you, on talent alone, he's got to be faster. It's just does he have 35 minutes in him?
Yeah, to be a top 10 dude.
Over under or no, not over under. Is he better than 15th?
I give him a 15th or better.
15th or better? Both models?
Yep.
Okay, I can do with that.
Yep.
Because I imagine then you probably hearing Dan Truman because originally you were like 30th. When I asked that question.
Yeah.
So, like, it must be from hearing Dan Truman. Okay, so, yeah. I say 15th or better. You got to think so. And it's the last round, and a lot of guys are... They're just trying to finish the season.
Yep. So.
But that, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a Chad guy, and everybody who watches the show knows I'm not. It's going to be kind of cool, I guess, to see the 2-2 back at an outdoor race.
Over under, you think he ends up there for Supercross next year?
Ooh, I'm gonna go on the over on that one.
You don't think so?
I don't know, man. I just think that he's still weighing his options with Moto Concepts, too, because I know he did some testing for them.
I think he's weighing his options, but...
You know that Honda's a better bike than that Suzuki, though.
It is, but I think JGR is going to pay him more. Because this is what I heard on the show, and I know you don't listen to the weekly show.
Okay.
JGR, whoever their title is, who's their title sponsor?
Auto Trader.
They're out.
Oh, really?
So they're shopping for one. So they need a name to pull a sponsor.
Well, that is good for, Boost Mobile Australia.
Chad Reed right there, dude.
And Chad Reed pulls in sponsors.
When they started talking about that the other day, I went, he's going to ride a JGR Suzuki next year. They're gonna put 3 on
him. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Him, Weston, and Hill. Yep.
With Weston getting surgery, and we know how good Hill's gonna do, and if Chad Reed's healthy, that's not a bad lineup. I'm not gonna lie.
And they also said that there's rumors that they're shopping around for an outdoor only guy. So Chad's just gonna ride indoors, which we all know is what he wants to do anyway. So
You know, it'd be funny.
Surprised to see that.
You know, it'd be funny to see is Chad goes Supercross only, and then Bogle gets picked up for outdoors. But
that would be...
By the way, people don't know this. Bogle's getting the boot. He's not riding for JGR next year, which I've also heard Moto Concepts is looking at him too. That'd be weird going from Moto Concepts to Supercross and then JGR to outdoors. That'd be really weird. Do you think he makes Chad Reed? That is. Do you think he makes 6 digits? You think they're paying him excessive, up over 100 grand?
I would say,
dude, if he makes more than 350,000, they're stupid.
I would say, depending on title, he gets a salary of 100 to 2. I would say there, plus his gear deal and everything.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Because his gear deal has got to be huge with Shift.
Yeah.
He's probably
think about that.
He's probably getting a mil from Shift.
Oh yeah,
I would assume
he's
got a mil from Shift. Does he wear Shift goggles too?
He wears Fox goggles. Yeah.
So that's all in his deal then. So yeah, but yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that's where he's gonna end up. He's gonna land there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about more of that with silly season and stuff. But if he does end up there and he's healthy, I mean, Dave might be back to being a normal top 10 guy, if not better.
Could be if he has a good off season here.
So. Just some news and notes. So yeah, that's we're getting towards that end of the year, guys.
There's not a lot.
There's more storylines than there is actual shit going on in racing. So,
all right, that's pretty much it. Webb's going to KTM.
Webb is to KTM.
Okay, 250s.
Congratulations, Aaron Plessinger. Two titles, man.
Double champ in 18.
3 years in a row.
All right, great. That's the show. Thanks, everybody. See you next week. Just kidding. Yeah, so AP wrapped up. First moto. Shocker, not really. Rode great that first moto. Whole shot, fist pump, and let it wire to wire to win it.
Yeah, he... Then that second moto, we kind of didn't call it. He's just like, I'm going to go right around. And he went from first to 11th.
Yeah, which I actually thought he was going to win it because he whole shotted it and was leading again. And 10 minutes
Did he do the fist pump again?
I didn't see it. I don't know.
Okay.
I'd have to go back. I'll watch the race again tomorrow. But yeah, Sexton rode well. RJ
Hampshire, first overall. Ironically, his first overall with his first win other than the GP. That was kind of weird. Yeah. That doesn't happen often.
No, that was weird.
Because even when Zacho got his first win, he didn't get his first... Yeah, that doesn't really happen often, guys, because he went 2-1. Sexton got second with a 7-2. And then, unfortunately, Mitchell, he hit the wall. He was in third overall, and then Amar got him on the last lap, so that put him back to fifth, so he'll get fourth overall with a 4.5. So AP actually ended up going 1:11, I think, for third, which is weird. Ferrandis passed AP on the last lap, though.
Did he really?
Yeah, whereas Mechanic, if you haven't seen it, down in the first turn, Mechanic hold it wide open. Bike just went all the way around, all the way around. And Ferrandis is just sitting there going,
what are you doing?
What are you doing, bro?
Why are you doing that?
What are you doing? You almost hit me.
So, the troll train's completely off the tracks.
Dude, I am sorry. I know that it sounds like, and we talked about this, the JGR thing has been a done deal for a while.
I hope he's getting a bunch of money.
But I'm telling you what, bro, I'm not even the biggest Amar fan, but if you're Amar right now, you're just like, what the hell?
I can't even handle that, man. That went. We were chugging down the tracks and we just stopped.
Yeah,
I'm glad I didn't buy a troll train shirt.
Justin Cooper rode good though. Yeah. That second moto, got all the way back up to third.
Yeah.
Fortner continues looked like a dipshit because I don't know what the hell.
Savachi?
I think he went down the second moto.
Shocker.
He was running like 8th, I think, and then went down because he was like way back when I looked at the live timing. But Fortner, when Mitchell just launched that single into the bottom and then pushed Fortner wide. What was Fortner doing? He had like a good, I don't know, 10 different times to get on the track, and he's just, I'm going to ride the water truck.
Fortner just wanted to ride the water truck lane, bro. He doesn't want to actually ride the track.
And you know what?
It scares him.
I'm telling you what right now, the more times I see him do shit like that, really makes me wonder if he's ever going to get it, because this is 2 years he's been, or 3 years now he's been pro. 2 full years, and it really makes me wonder if it's ever going to click with him. To just stop doing dumb shit. Because even Weege, who normally doesn't call people out like that, is going, what are you doing?
At least he can cut half the track like Savachi did in Supercross. I mean, he's learning from the best.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's learning from...
How do I fuck up every single championship I'm in? Well, let's see.
Let's be real. Fortner never had a shot at the title this year.
No.
The last chance he had at a title went away when he died in Minneapolis 10 different times.
Well,
back in Supercross.
There's a lot of people that died that night.
But
Frenchie, Pike.
But yeah, Pro Circuit just train just dude, it went off the rails this year.
We're on to 2019.
Yeah, because
Martin Davalos, your 2019 East Coast Supercross
way
Lights
early
champion.
predictions. Adam Cinzarello,
West Coast.
You know what? AC, I think it just his chances now look better and better to get those 2 titles. Because Frenchie's going to be back in the class. J Mart's still going to be in the class.
That's my dude. I'm going to go vlog with him one day.
AC?
Yep. I'm going to go follow him around and be
Since
like...
we don't have really a lot to talk to, question. I know I've asked you this a million times, but you never really asked me.
Okay.
How do you think AC would have done outdoors this year?
I don't know.
You have no idea?
The way the season went, he probably would have ragdolled himself in the ground and fucked himself up anyway. Let's face it, that's all there is to it. I don't know.
So I guess not asking the question of how he would have done, do you think that the way AP has rode this year with his days that he's been on, the AC would have had anything for him for 2 motos?
God, I don't know. AC is so inconsistent. It's his problem. That's what I can't deal with him. That's what sucks. And he knows it too. Steve was talking about being down in Florida with him, and he's like, it sucks because he talked to him, and he's like, God, I know I'm fast, but he's like, dude, I don't know. I just don't have luck with it or whatever. So it'll be interesting to see next year. I think if he can get himself a Supercross title finally, I think then come outdoors next year he's going to be the guy.
Well, you got to think his main competitors are going to be Frenchie and J Mart. Because Zacho's going up, Sabachi's going up, Hill, Plessinger, they're all going up.
Yep.
So you got to think that it's him, J Mart, and Frenchie. And that's it. I mean, I know that other guys are building and stuff, and that's not taking anything away, but it's got to be J Mart and him and Frenchie. But I'll tell you this right now, if he doesn't get a championship next year, I know that everybody talks about him going to Factory Cowie with Joey Savacci only getting a 1-year deal, but I'm going to tell you this right now. If he doesn't get a championship in the next 2 years, or the next year.
Well, he's only, what, 21?
21 or 22, but he'll be 22, I think, when the Supercross season starts next year. Maybe. I might be wrong on that. I don't know these guys' birthdays, but still, though. I mean, I know Joey doesn't have a championship and stuff, but the thing is with Joey and AC is Joey was never really expected to win championships. AC's been expected to win titles every year he's ever raced.
Yeah.
And it's like he has the speed, but like you said, the inconsistency, and because I want to see the kid win a title, and now you're looking at a situation where all the guys that have always taken it away from you are gone next year. Like, now you got to do it. You got to get a championship.
How did Mitchell Falk do today?
The second moto, I think he was 10th.
First moto, last thing I saw, he was 13th.
Yeah, and then I think he went back to 17th. So I think he ended up with like a 10 set. Once again, guys, this is right after the thing. I think he ended up 10-17. Not bad for your rookie debut.
It's all right.
Not bad.
He was running at that first moto. He was
until
fourth or something.
Then died on the downhill.
Yeah, then about hit a huckabuck going down that downhill.
And
man.
then Mitchell, about 2 feet over, almost did the same thing, and the front end started knifing in the road.
Came down that hill, man. Hit a little huckabuck, swap side to side, freaking about died over the front end, man. If I could drink my beer, and we were up out of there, man.
Are you mixed your Phil with Ronnie Mack right now?
I don't know, but dude.
I tell you what, though, if you're Derek Drake, the guy who just whooped his ass at Loretta's a couple weeks ago, and you see Mitchell Falk doing that well, you're thinking, oh boy,
what's he going pro A1?
No, next year outdoors.
Hangtown.
Yeah.
So he's gonna race the amateur races in the summer or the spring.
Yeah, him and Seth Hammack are doing the same thing. And Derek Drake, when I say he whooped Mitchell Falk's ass, I mean he whooped his ass.
Really?
Yeah. No, I mean like he caught and passed him a couple motos and pulled like 20 seconds out of him. So, yeah. And that was also another reason why Mitchell Falk didn't go pro at Unadilla. So, yeah, there was another rookie, Justin Rodbell. I think he got like 26th. Luke Neese in the 450 class. But yeah, we're just getting that time of the year, guys, where it's kind of like things are winding down. You know, got one more race next weekend, then we got a month off, and then we go to the big boy race.
Yep, and I'm ready for a break.
Which is, like I said, just funny when I got here this morning. We get a month off, and then we get 2 back-to-back races.
And then we're off for 2 months.
Yes, and we're off for 2 months.
Which
and
is
then
great.
We go back into the grind of this. You know, we're not racing, but we're still grinding, guys.
We love Moto. I love this show.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I got 2 more races on my schedule for myself next month. You got those 2 races to go to, or to watch, one, go to one, and then I'm out of Moto for 2 months, so that way when we hit A1, I'm back in it, baby!
I have a question for you, though. Do you think, especially with MXM Nations being in the States this year and with where it is...
That's gonna be weird.
No. Well, I mean, yeah, that's awesome. But, like, do you think that with that race and then with how our guys' series is going... I think it kind of takes the luster out of the Monster Cup being a week later. Because I kind of feel like a lot of the top guys aren't going to be really focused. I mean, I know that there's still the possibility of winning $1 million, but let's be real. If Tomac, Marv, and Kenny all race that race, now yes, Marv is not racing the MX of Nations, but Kenny and Tomac are. Dude, I have to think that they're just going to be burned the hell out at that point.
The big problem is that half the luster of the Monster Cup was that there wasn't any other races around it.
Yeah.
Like, you had a minimal, like, 3 weeks between...
MX of Nations.
And this. And now all of a sudden you're going back-to-back, so it's like, okay, so we're going to go... I mean, and because it's in the States and it's right in our backyard, like, we're going, so we're going to have 3 days of hardcore moto and then be off for, like, 6 days, and then we have another race to watch, and it's like,
I started thinking about that. I feel like it's going to lose some of the luster because it's like the big race, the big daddy of them all is the week before, and then it's like, okay, some people don't pay attention to outdoors, or, you know, the casual Supercross fan doesn't care about that shit.
Yep.
But I just feel like you're not...
Well, how do you do this if you're Monster? How do you budget marketing? How do you go about marketing because you want them to go to both?
Yeah,
but they're a week apart.
And I have a feeling, and let's be real once again, like Travis just said, we love moto, so we're going to be tuning into Monster Cup, not only because we are, but we, you know, we're not obligated to, but we do it for the show. But I'm not going to lie to you. I have a feeling that it's going to be one of those situations where the amateur racing is going to be better than the pros.
That would be, so I didn't really think about that until I just said that. How does Monster do that? Like, how did they...
You have 3 Monster-supported guys on the team as well.
Yeah, but what I'm really saying is Monster's the main sponsor
for both
of the GPs and the main sponsor of the Monster Cup.
Yes.
How did Monster let this happen is what I want to know.
Well, because Monster, unfortunately, even though they're the main sponsor, doesn't really have any say at the end of the day when it comes to FIM and Youthstream.
I don't know, man. The checks they're writing them.
They write a lot of checks, don't get me wrong.
I would be like, boys, we got to fix this because there's not enough weeks between...
I think it's just one of those things because it's conflicting with the GP guys. Because also you got to think about this. The GP guys are going straight from their last GP to the MX of Nations. So like from what I've heard Hurling's schedule, and this is all hearsay, Hurling's is literally racing the last race. I think it's in Italy. And he's jumping on a plane and he's flying what I would assume down to Eldon's place.
Yeah, probably.
Flying down to Eldon's place. So he's literally going on a plane from Italy on Sunday, going to Florida, and then going to start getting ready the day later. And you got to imagine that guys like DeSalle and Fevra and Paul Land and all those guys are going to California.
Yeah.
So because we have different fuel, we can run different fuels over here that they can't, so they got to dial their bikes in, you know, for all, you know, the atmosphere and everything.
Yep.
So like think about those guys too. Like they're going from racing all fucking summer or all year almost outdoors, and then they got to go. They don't have a week break.
This is just what cracks me up. This GP shit is so dumb.
Well, that's what happens when they don't have Supercross. They got to have 20 outdoor races.
I know.
What's that? Well,
are they really 20?
There's 19 or 20. I think it's 20. Well, yeah, it's 20 because
they had 2 more races from last year, so they could stretch the season out. So they basically go right from this to Desert.
Yeah, they have like because of it, they have like 3 2-week breaks the whole entire, or 3 or 4.
Yeah.
Because they race this weekend, they race next weekend, and then they have another 2-week break, and then they go to their last 2 or another 2, and then they have another 2-week break.
Mm-hmm.
But the crazy thing is that there's guys that are running the like Tommy Searle. Tommy Searle has been racing outdoors since the end of February. Because he's not only on his off time not racing the GPs, he's been racing the whole British series, and he's been racing some of the Italian series.
Yeah.
So that dude has raced like 60 times this year. So it's like, holy shit, dude. And more than likely, he'll get picked for the Great Britain team for MX of Nations.
Yep.
So like, if you're somebody like Tommy Searle, you're like, oh my god, am I dead right now? You're just walking around zombie-like. So yeah, I don't know. And I just started thinking about that. I'm like, man, like I feel like the Monster Cup's going to lose some of its luster.
So when are we? We're the first weekend of October?
6th and 7th, yeah.
Why is Monster Cup so early?
Yeah, why? Usually Monster Cup is the third week. Well, sometimes
November. I thought.
Well, last year was the 3rd week of October. The 3rd weekend of October.
So you've got Nations is later. Monster Cup's early. This is a fucking joke.
Yeah, the last GP is later. The MX of Nations is early, and Monster Cup is early.
I can't talk about this anymore. I'm gonna get frustrated and start yelling. So this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show.
Well, okay. Who wins it? Who wins Iron Man? Do you think Eli at this point just kind of like goes in and just tries to finish the moto, or because I'm calling if Kenny's healthy, I call Kenny going to 1-1.
No, Kenny's gonna win, and Eli's gonna just handle his stuff like he needs to.
What do you think happens in the 250 class?
I think AP's gonna go 1-1, big time.
I think either AP goes 1-1 or
on a
we see
125.
I don't know if a big ass.
I'm just kidding.
He ain't gonna huck that fucking step up triple or whatever it is. No, he'll huck it, but he ain't gonna huck it every lap on a 125. But no, what I think will happen is either AP goes 1-1 and dominates like Zacho did last year, or you're gonna see some weird shit like RJ winning today. Like who knows? Maybe Chase or Mitchell get their first overalls next weekend. So.
Maybe. So, all right. So this has been another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment down below. Make sure to follow us on Facebook. Links in the description to all the different ways to support us. Congrats on wrapping up another season here, buddy, since you're not going to be here next week.
Yeah! Woo! 2 years been doing this shit. Holy crap!
We'll call it an official 2 years after Monster Cup, but...
Oh, yeah, we got like, what, 4 more shows this year?
Yeah, we still got 4 shows to do for the year, and then we've got a month and a half off, and then we got to do the opener show.
We don't even get paid for this. Damn.
I fed you again today.
I wasn't talking about that.
Dick-shaped foods also.
You fed me.
And you shoved those dick-shaped foods right
Bro,
down
you had 4, I had 3 back off.
No. We had 3 apiece.
Oh, okay. Okay.
We each had 3 wieners each. Okay? It's totally fine.
Don't be vulgar in the comments, guys. We don't appreciate it.
We had 3 wieners each. So anyway, I will see everyone next week after Iron Man to wrap the season up.
I will see everybody at the MX Nations preview.
Thanks for tuning in.